So, one of the things that was brought about recently through a conversation between me and the oldest was the double edged sword of being a father. One that all three of you are more than likely going to face even harsher than I did, or at least sharper. When you grow up, when you have kids, especially if you have boys, you're going to find out that stubbornness or bullheadedness may run a little bit too deep in the family in a lot of ways. When you experience something, when you learn a lesson, when you take advantage of your mistakes, you gain insight, you gain wisdom, of course. And there's really nothing more you want to do than pass that down because you're trying to save your child pain. You're trying to make them better than you. Something that I've always tried to do. Now, this is a double edged sword because if you don't learn from what I teach you, then you have to learn it on your own. And it pains me to see that happen to you. Now, I get it's a necessary evil. This is one of the reasons why I say be involved in athletics, be involved in sports, be involved in clubs as you're there, as your kids are growing up. Get them involved in as many social activities as possible because they will learn more through interaction with their peers than they will from you at a young age. And it's not a child's fault. It was never your fault, and it won't be your kid's fault either. They don't have the experience, they don't have the wisdom. They're kids. You can't explain trigonometry to a 4-year old 99.9% of the time and have them go, oh, that works. No. You have to let people grow. You have to let children, especially your own, suffer in a lot of ways. And it will get to you. You will literally get angry because it won't make sense. Even when you get older, it becomes less of a cutting edge and more of a dull hit, but it will still happen. And I guarantee, even before your guys' families, even going in your 20s and 30s, you'll still see me desperately trying to teach you something and just having no way to express it. So, this double edged sword, unfortunately, as I look to the future, I think is going to be harder for you than it was for me. Because your generation is so much different than mine, but every generation gets exponentially different. There are some commonalities I give you, but every which way that I was taught is the only which way I know to teach. And I don't know how to bridge that gap with you guys because your entire world is so much different than what I grew up in. I can't even imagine what world your kids will grow up in. So, when you're a father and you're just at your end, you're at your wits, you are desperately trying to teach these lessons, these wisdoms, these pieces of knowledge that you really want them to know to avoid getting hurt. And no matter what happens, it's like banging your head against a brick wall. I want you to please remember that I know exactly what you're going through. You can call me, you can talk to me, you can watch these tapes, but give yourself a little bit of a break and give your kid even more one because that's just life. It's just how life works. You don't have to completely destroy a child because they can't understand you. But you can't not try. Love won't let you. You'll love them too much to not try. But you'll grow together, just like we did. Don't forget that.